Going into E3 of this year, we know that THQ Nordic is going to be one of the big publishers at the event, and we already know that two major franchises are making their return, and they're THQ Nordic-owned franchises, and now it seems like those franchises have been leaked a new Destroy All Humans game as well as a new Darksiders game. We'll go over the rumors, and I want to give my 2 cents as well. Originally, I was speculating on a new Red Faction, maybe a new Time Splitters. There's a lot of IPs that THQ Nordic has, and even if they don't announce those specific games at E3, they could announce them down the line, whatever the case may be. We'll talk all about that. Also, Apex Legends has been one of the biggest game releases of 2019. However, for any online multiplayer game, and especially a free-to-play title, the ability to persist with that revenue and persist with that popularity is of the utmost importance. And in the case of Apex Legends, it seems like revenue has completely fallen off. I mean, it's still a very big game, but given where it was at when it was originally released and given where it is now, it is a complete drop-off. Final Fantasy XIV is prepping up its next major expansion in Shadowbringers, and it is doing incredibly well commercially. Of everything that Square Enix has put out recently, Final Fantasy XIV has actually been incredible in terms of the game coming out in one state, and all these years later, the game is still persisting and is one of the most popular MMOs on the market today. We'll talk all about that. And Jason Schreier has some interesting information about the Call of Duty game for this year. If you thought it was going to be called Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, it's actually not called that. It looks like they're trying to do a little bit of a soft reboot. We'll go over that at the end of this video. Alright, first up, over on Twitter, AfroGear pointed this out, quote, "This leaked when they did their AMA. The two games are Destroy All Humans and Darksiders Genesis. They noted E3 2019 will bring Darksiders Genesis, Destroy All Humans, and a couple of other games were noted in the picture as well. Biomutant is there. But it looks like those are the two games that THQ Nordic is bringing back. The return of two beloved franchises is exactly what THQ Nordic noted, and it's a little bit surprising to me. Destroy All Humans is great. I mean, we did have the Destroy All Human games come out as PS2 on PS4 titles, and I think people do want the comeback of Destroy All Humans. I do find Darksiders Genesis to be relatively surprising, given that Darksiders 3 just came out, and it goes to show it looks like THQ has a lot of faith in Darksiders as an IP. Even though Darksiders 3 didn't do all too well critically, it got okay reviews, but commercially, it seemingly did very well. Remember, at the end of the day, this is a business, and making a profit on your game is the most important thing, and Darksiders 3 broke even pretty quickly after release, and now all of the extra sales that they've been getting selling DLC, whatever the case may be, that is all residual profit for THQ Nordic, so you gotta imagine they're pretty high on the franchise right now, and now they look to be bringing another game. Darksiders Genesis and Destroy All Humans would be two great announcements. I personally would love to see a new Red Faction, a new Time Splitter, a new Kingdoms of Amalur. Those are the three games I keep harkening back to. THQ Nordic just has an incredible roster of IPs right now. I think in the case of KOA, Kingdoms of Amalur, I think their best bet is to do a remaster first to remind people of the franchise, get people invested into the game again. Can't really say it's a franchise given that there was only one game, but you guys get the idea. Kingdoms of Amalur was so good, and to see that game come back, I don't think it would be done justice if you just go balls to the wall and bring out Kingdoms of Amalur 2 right away. You gotta ease it back in, bring out a Kingdoms of Amalur remaster on the PS4, and then maybe you can do a big budget Kingdoms of Amalur sequel on the PS5. I mean, that's my dream scenario, but right now I'm just speculating on how I would handle that. Come E3, do expect a new Darksiders and do expect the return of Destroy All Humans, which I think is pretty exciting. Alright, it looks like EA's one saving grace in Apex Legends that was keeping them afloat amidst all of the disasters that was Anthem, Battlefield 5, Star Wars Battlefront 2. You can go on and on with the disasters that EA has brought forth to the table. Apex Legends was one of the recent releases that Respawn brought out, and it did incredibly well from the get-go. However, I think all of you guys have noticed that the popularity of the game has really stagnated, and now the game is really tapering off. Apex Legends has been on a decline for a little while now, and it was noted that the free-to-play Battle Royale shooter launched with a bang, attracting 25 million players in its first week. Nowadays, though, it's dropped quite a bit, and the game earned about $24 million in April. That's information coming from Superdata, which sounds very impressive on the surface. However, that's actually nearly 75% less than the game made in February. February was when the game launched, and that is a sizable drop-off. Now, again, you can look at the number of $24 million and think, whoa, that's absolutely huge. However, if Apex Legends was kept as a compelling experience and it persisted with that popularity, it could continue to make that residual revenue, and now it's really on that drop-off period. For a little bit, we thought we had a legitimate contender to Fortnite, and now Apex Legends seems to be another battle royale on the market. Yes, there's definitely popularity to it, But you head on over to Twitch and Apex Legends is no longer the top game being played. Fortnite is comfortably still one of the biggest games on the market. Apex Legends still one of the biggest games on the market, even with this major drop-off. However, it's clear to me that this is not the game that's going to help EA stay afloat amidst all of the disaster. Now it's about creating more compelling experiences for them. Apex Legends was great for the short term, and it might persist for a little while longer, but you can't expect this to keep you afloat for so long like Fortnite has done for Epic Games. In the case of Fortnite, that has spawned Epic Games to launch their own storefront, and they can do whatever the hell they want because they have FU money at this point. EA has a lot of money, but they're not going to be having the FU money that Fortnite brought to Epic Games. And Apex Legends, while I still imagine it's going to be a good residual revenue earner for EA, it's not going to be that colossal juggernaut that Fortnite is. You can make an argument as to why that is. I'm not here to get into that right now. What I am bringing you is the facts, and the fact is Apex Legends has really tapered off from where it was a couple months ago. A game that hasn't tapered off in recent memory is Final Fantasy XIV. Final Fantasy XIV is doing incredibly well, and recently, ahead of its Shadowbringers expansion release, it has surpassed a staggering 16 million players. That is absolutely obscene, and given the fact that Final Fantasy XIV isn't free to play either, this has become incredibly profitable for Square Enix. In the case of EA, yes, they put out some blunders, but you can make the argument that Square Enix has put out a lot more blunders. However, Square Enix has also had a lot of successes with games like Dragon Quest XI, Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy VII's remake is going to be huge, and Final Fantasy XIV has done insanely well. And remember that this is a game that brings with it residual guaranteed revenue. Again, this isn't a free game. You do have to pay month to month to play it. And it's pretty incredible, given where Final Fantasy XIV was, to see the release of Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn, to see the release of all of the expansions like Heaven's Ward, and now Shadowbringers. It is incredible to see the amazing turnaround this game has made. That's why I didn't completely close the door on a game like Anthem making a turnaround. That's why I didn't close the door on games like No Man's Sky making a turnaround. And you see that it has, because if a game like Final Fantasy XIV, which was in the absolute depths of hell, can make a significant comeback like it has, do keep in mind, it was completely reworked, and they probably lost a lot of money on it initially, so it's probably very scary for Square Enix at first, but their revival of this game has been nothing short of incredible. And it is noted that Shadowbringers will allow you to take part in the next saga of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy XIV Online with the next legendary expansion pack. Explore breathtaking new environments, encounter exotic new races, master exciting new jobs, and fight alongside prominent characters with the new trust system as you embark on a new journey as the Warrior of Darkness. They noted that there's over 14 million adventures worldwide, but that should be 16. Join the next chapter and become what you must become, the Warrior of Darkness. It is also noted that please note that Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers expansion pack also includes Final Fantasy XIV Heaven's Ward and Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood, which will be provided at release on July 2nd, 2019. And the product is not compatible with the Steam version of FF14. If you've purchased Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn on Steam, then you must also purchase Shadowbringers on Steam to upgrade your existing account. The expansion is a full $60 on PlayStation 4. The standard edition is $40. So do bear that in mind. Awesome cover art as well, so I wanted to make note of that. But great to see Final Fantasy XIV still trucking along. As far as big Square Enix releases in recent memory, FF14 has been absolutely awesome. And lastly, Jason Schreier over on Twitter did note that I can confirm that this is true in response to that Call of Duty 2019 is called Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and that's it. Point blank. It is not Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. It is not Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. It is just Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is interesting because this is the 4th Modern Warfare title. Call of Duty 4 was titled Modern Warfare, and now this one, which is the 4th Modern Warfare title, is called Call of Duty Modern Warfare Point Blank. That's it. Maybe you can see that as a little bit of a soft reboot. Whatever the case may be, we should hear about Call of Duty Modern Warfare very soon. And I think this is a franchise that really needs to do something big very soon. I don't know how much longer Call of Duty can persist for. It had a great run at the top of the gaming world. I mean, Call of Duty went yearly going back to like 2006. And here we are in 2019 and we're still seeing yearly releases. We're gonna get yearly releases for the foreseeable future, and the games are still doing very well. It just seems like it's built its core audience, and it's really not growing or doing anything like that, and I do want to see an evolution within Call of Duty. But in the same token, if you evolve too much, is that going to push players away? That's always a little bit of a worry. I think at this point, if you're into Call of Duty, you're going to check out the games every year. If you're not, there's probably not much they can do to win you over. But let me know in the comment section below, is there anything Call of Duty can do to win you guys over? Or at this point, are you invested into this series? And if you're not, are you just done with Call of Duty as a whole? I think back in 2007, everybody was playing COD 4. Everybody played Modern Warfare 2 in 2009. Seemed like after that, with every release, I seem to lose a little bit of hype, and that's from a personal standpoint. I don't know how you guys feel, but that's why the comments section exists. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, it looks like THQ is bringing back Darksiders and Destroy All Humans at E3. It looks like Apex Legends is in some trouble. It's still making a lot of money, but revenue has really fallen off. Final Fantasy XIV is doing incredibly well, and the next Call of Duty is going to be titled Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.